This is John Armwood on the Armwood Opinion Channel on this 8th day of May. This has been an eventful week in the news. We know that the Democratic Party today has voted to hold William Barr, the Attorney General, in contempt of Congress because of his refusal to testify before Congress after receiving a subpoena. He is disobeying the law, disobeying the Constitution. We know that he's doing this at Donald Trump's direction. The federal government is refusing to answer any of the subpoenas for documents that have been sent by the House of Representatives, and that's the body who's holding him in contempt. They have refused to answer any of the requests to produce documents, to produce Donald Trump's tax returns, which is a court case on point, which states that he has to produce those documents, and he's still refusing to do it. So this is going to end up in federal court. Folks, this is a serious constitutional crisis. It was inevitable. We knew that Donald Trump and his administration was not going to follow the law. They haven't done so to this point, so there was no reason to believe that they would. And this is going to end up in court. And eventually, the House of Representatives will need to bring impeachment proceedings. I've been saying this for nearly a year. This was inevitable. You could see how this was going, and anybody who knows Donald Trump, who knows the behavior that he has exhibited since the 70s, knows that he does not believe in following the law. He's stubborn. He does what he wants to do, and he feels that he can outlast anybody else. Well, this is a battle that's not just about Donald Trump and Congress. It's a battle over the institutions created by the founders of the United States and enshrined in the Constitution. There are three equal branches of government: the executive branch, headed by the president; the Congressional branch, with the House of Representatives as the lower house, and the Senate as the upper house, and judiciary, the courts. And the Supreme Court was the court that was enshrined in Article 3 of the Constitution, with the power to create such lower courts as the Congress decided was necessary. The problem is that Donald Trump is trying to usurp the power of Congress to himself. This is very, very dangerous. This is the path to dictatorship. He was always going to go down this path. He had no intention of releasing his tax returns. He had no intention of investigating Russian interference in the 2016 election. I mean, the day that he was inaugurated, he lied about the amount of people that were there when the photographs plainly showed that the crowd was much smaller than President Obama's inauguration. He claimed it was larger. He had his press secretary go out there and tell this blatant lie. This is who the man is. He's told us from the beginning, and he's behaved that way. Some people would like to think that, oh, he'll behave, just give him time, or wait to 2020 and we can vote him out of office. That's a possibility, but there are a lot of people out there who don't understand how serious this problem is. Remember, back in, was it 98? Bill Clinton was impeached for far less offenses, for a personal peccadillo and lying in front of a hearing in testimony, which is a serious crime. But what Donald Trump has done, obstructing justice repeatedly, the Mueller report cited at least 10 instances. Since then, he's had his attorney general lie about what's in the report. That in and of itself is obstruction of justice. William Barr has committed obstruction of justice. So we are in a very serious situation which many Americans are not aware of. That is why it is important that Congress start impeachment proceedings, even if the Senate is not going to remove him from office. It's a matter of institutional principle. It's a matter of protecting the Constitution of the United States. It's not just politics. You can't separate politics from the law. You can't do it. They're intertwined. Yesterday, a large group, bipartisan group of prosecutors were interviewed, and they all agreed that Donald Trump had committed impeachable offenses. I mean, it's clear. To not do it is to say it's okay. And maybe for non-constitutional scholars, they don't realize how serious that is, how serious precedent is, but that would set a horrible precedent. Now, if you want to look at it politically, we can do that too. Politically, if you don't do impeachment, what are you telling the average American citizen who's working hard and doesn't have time to spend looking at the news every night and know what's going on? Well, this is just politics. If it was very serious, they would have impeached him. It's just politics. That's what they're going to think if you don't impeach him. So we have to be serious about this. We have to study it. We can't start from conclusions like a lot of people are doing and working their way back. Oh, we can't do this because. We have to do this to protect the country. And there's a lot of controversy within the Democratic Party. There's a lot of controversy among people who oppose Donald Trump. And the lines are fairly clear. The folks, the lawyers, the scholars, they all understand why we need to impeach them. You watch any of the news shows on TV, the legal scholars are all clear on it. He must be impeached. A lot of people don't like the politics, and they don't want to see the country split or divided. The country is already split or divided. We're trying to save the country from a dictator. This is how it happens. Trump, as I've said since 2016, is Mussolini. That is who he is. He is a Mussolini. And if we don't stop him now, it'll be too late. Have courage, fight this, and we can win. Resistance is not futile. Hit the like button if you like this video. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button twice. Subscribe to this channel if you want to hear more progressive ideas like this. You want to stay focused on these issues. Subscribe to the channel. I put up a video every week. So stay tuned and let's pray for our nation and let's act for our nation by becoming activists and work to get Donald Trump out of office. Have a good day.